Hey everybody, and welcome to the show.
How you doing, guys? How's things going?
Uh,
So, Tony, how's things going with you? Everything good?
Everything's gravy here. I sound a little tired, y'all. I'm just a little sad. Life has taken a toll, so I
Too
do
much drinking the
apologize.
Bud Light, the backwards Bud Light.
Right, I really need to fix that goddamn picture. But I do sound tired. I am fine. I'm just tired.
Mhm.
That's why I sound like this. But welcome to the show.
Hey,
Hello,
Zen. How you doing,
hey
Zen?
Zan. Um,
I think it's Zen or Zan.
Zen.
Zen, tell me who says it right. Do I say it right, or does Tony say it right?
Zen, like, I am in the Zen, right?
All right.
Hey, Stephanie,
What
what's up?
what if I'm saying it right, Zen? Two if it's Tony, Zen.
Tony, yeah, Zen,
So
like,
how do you say it? How do
Zen.
you say it, Tony?
Zen,
Zen.
Zen. Like,
Okay.
like Ren, but with a Z.
Hi,
Zen.
hi, Stephanie S. How you doing? Hi,
Hey,
Georgia
Georgia
Peach.
Peach.
You might hear a fish tank in the background. That's Tony's fish tank. They're
Oh,
piranhas. They
let it go.
let it go, let it go, just like the ice song. Hi, Chris. How you doing?
Hey, welcome, everybody. Yeah,
So,
yeah, I don't know why the fish tank is, if it's too loud, y'all, I'm sorry, but my fish need to live, so I'm gonna keep it on.
uh, yeah, it's
My,
peaceful. She said. I'm
it's
good. How are you?
good.
I'm good. The usual, Stephanie. Just the usual. We're just gonna get into a kind of a light discussion about Stake.com, the
Yeah.
owners of Kick. So it's kind of like a part two of the Kick thing, where we're gonna get
Mm,
into a couple of old videos that discuss the owners of the company, the influencers that actually like Drake and stuff like that, reading some articles, stuff like that. Pretty chill. But Tim, you had a quite a few admirers on Jones's live last night. Yeah, I've noticed that.
ooh, ooh. Like good admirers or like, oh, people just want to kill you.
Yeah, a good admirers, the usual.
The good
Hi,
one. Okay,
yeah,
good.
Jasmina D. How you doing? How
Hey,
you doing?
Jasmina. Hey,
So,
Chris.
so I mean, like a couple of good videos. The first one we're probably going to get into is actually I think we need to some ordinary gamer, but basically we're also getting into some lawsuits that are going into it and what's lawsuits that's involved in as well. But pretty much, let me just scroll to. All right, let me see.
He's getting the video set up, y'all.
I'm just getting I'm getting videos and stuff like that. So a really good video I saw a year ago was from some ordinary gamer. Actually, I never hit the like button. Um, Better late than never. A year later, I guess. All right, so this is some ordinary gamer. He does like a lot of really good videos. He usually goes into the technical details of a lot
Yeah.
of certain more like cryptos or gamings and stuff like that. So like gaming and stuff. So he really is a very smart guy.
Mm.
I watch him. I've been subscribed for him for a very long time. I think almost 2 years, 2 3 years, and I just tune in once in a while. And this was a great video he did on Stake.com. We're gonna
Yeah.
skip a little bit ahead, 602, because the six we kind of went through with the influencers. Also, a grain of salt is basically this is a year old video, so it will mention
Things
about
could change.
Twitch,
Yeah.
influencers on Twitch. Obviously, that's not true anymore because everyone that was gambling on Twitch were
They
we're not allowed to.
congregated here.
Yeah, they moved to Kick and other sources. So
Yeah. Real
certain
quick.
information.
Oh no, sorry. Real quick, I do recommend y'all following this guy. Uh, Tim did put the link into the chat. Y'all go follow him because he's the reason I found out that Montana banned TikTok, and I was like, oh god, he's really up to date with things.
Yeah, he's great.
He's
He's a
great.
so really nice guy too. So but all right. So let's start the video. So we're gonna start it at 6:02. But maybe we'll get into a little bit background before we get into that. That would be a good idea. So I'm reading an article from the Sydney Morning Herald, and it says, uh, in a small low-key office on Cullen Street, in the heart of the Melbourne CBD, A successful Australian startup is quietly going about its work. On the surface, the team at EasyGo Gaming appear to be a typical group of video game developers living the startup dream. Their Instagram page shows them lunches and an in-house barista and their Royal Bank Chambers office. Laid-back boat cruises for special occasions and spin-the-wheel games with prizes like iPhones for staff. But beneath the wholesome imagery lies the dark secret. The age and the age in the Sydney Morning Herald can reveal the founders of EasyGo are the brains behind what is believed to be the world's biggest online cryptocurrency casino, Stake.com. Known to some as the shirt sponsor of UK Premier League team Watford. Within a few short years, Stake.com has processed tens of billions of bets on sports, slots, and casinos table games. Industry observers conservatively value the operation at $1 billion. Now, obviously, it's increased the stock. This is from like 2021, this article, so this is just giving you a background information. The revelation, so it's worth more money now. I think it's made more money than $1 billion in operations. The revelation Stake.com is being steered from Australia has sparked alarm among anti-gambling advocates. You view it as another distressing example of how embedded betting is in the national psyche. It has caught the attention of the anti-money laundering experts. We'll find that out when we get into some ordinary thing why money laundering might be a problem. Experts and also caused fears among the participants of Australia. 25 billion a year wagering industry who fear the operation could eventually pose a threat to their businesses. So we'll skip it. We'll go into the actual. All right. Despite appearing on the surface to be a casino operated by a company set up in the Dutch Caribbean island of Curacao. Finally got that word right. Curacao. Stake.com is very much Australian. Not only was it launched in Melbourne, some senior Stake.com staff work out of EasyGo office and games develops our casino games for the Stake.com. While online casinos have been banned in Australia for more than 20 years, a loophole in the law means that it is perfectly legal to operate an online casino from the country as long as it does not serve people of Australia. So advertise here, Stake.com business structure being officially registered and licensed in Curacao means it is also outside Australia's money laundering laws. All right. Together, the team at Stake.com have hit the jackpot regulation-wise. By legitimately using these loopholes, Stake.com has been able to build a casino so large it took US 12 million in bets on the outcome of the last US election alone. The Watford FC sponsorship reportedly cost the business $9 million a year. Stake is also the lead cryptocurrency betting shop for the popular mixed martial arts league UFC. So, let me see if I'm going to go. So we're going to go into, let me see. The beauty of Stake.com is how easy it is to use if you are already exposed to cryptocurrency world and its incorporation of zeitgeist assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Unlike other casinos, Stake.com does not deal in any traditional currency. Instead, it allows punters to deposit. I don't know what punters are, actually. What the fuck is punters?
I don't know, but all I can think about is that South Park episode, and it's like, don't kick the baby, and he punts the baby. You remember that?
Player or punts, a person who propels or travels. Punts.
Yeah, punts. Like a punt.
Punter.
Like a punt. Yeah.
Punter. I didn't know that. Let me just.
You hear me say that to my cats all the time. You better stop. I'm gonna punt you. Punt.
Oh my god.
Yeah, punt.
Oh my god.
I would never punt my cats. By the way, never. Empty threats. I'm one of those.
Let me see. Well, it got to do some reading. Good to hear. It's good to see you, Zen, as always. Hi, Frank.
Hey, Lily.
What's up?
Hey, Frank. Frankie.
Let me see. So
we're going to go do some reading. Good to hear you guys. Have a great day. Just wanted to stop. You have a good one, Zen. Be safe.
Yeah, we're going to read a little bit, and then we're going to play the video because we got to lay a foundation a little bit. Punters, cryptocurrency, trading accounts. Winnings are withdrawn in the equivalent value of cryptocurrency and when then deposited by the player back into original cryptocurrency wallet. But punters play in US dollars on the site and do not bet on the price of crypto assets, meaning the cryptocurrency element is as much a gimmick as it is a way for punters at stake.com to legally avoid dealing with highly regulated banks. So, in every other way, stake.com, regular online casino, it offers a vast number of casino-style games from slot, sports, betting, traditional casino fare like roulette. Now, another thing that you might not know, and the video will get into this, is that basically the big controversy on Twitch is that Twitch players would play, and this was a year ago or two, like a year ago, would play. Let me just go to the chat, so I'm like looking at the chat. When I explain this.
Yeah, anything that has anything to do with crypto, I'm just like, oh, that's sus. I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, I mean
sign up for that.
The problem is that originally a lot of the Twitch players would play it. Now, what was sketchy about it is that the actual stake.com is illegal to play in the United States. And I think also some in Canada. I tried to play it in Canada, not play it, but like try to go onto it because I have a VPN. So I tested it just before I started this live. I was like, okay, I went on my regular US. I can't go into stake.com. So then I used a VPN to say that I'm from Mexico and allowed me on. So basically it can't. Now, what happened was these Twitch players were being paid to go on this website. But they would be using VPNs to do it, to play. And a lot of times people were very you're not sure if they're being topped off by the casino, given the extra money or better odds or stuff like that. So to some people to get around it, though, instead of just playing the VPN, they would go to Mexico or Canada to play the game legally there. But the problem lies in that if you use a VPN, and they would advertise how you could play the game in the US using a VPN. But the problem is that a lot of people had problems collecting because they were using a VPN, and thus it was not legal for them to collect the money. And you would, in a lot of these contracts in these games, you actually, and it will get into this video, that you will forfeit your winnings basically if you actually use the VPN to get into the website. So it's definitely sketchy. So we'll play the video. Let's go.
See that Rubik.com is a brand name of Raw Entertainment registration, blah, 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 having its registered address in Curacao, okay, which we'll get to in a bit, licensed to conduct online gaming operations by the government of Curacao under license 8048 Jazz. Now, if you go to Stake as well and go right to their bottom, they will tell you that they are also licensed underneath 8048 Jazz issued to Antilliphone. Now, who's the company Antilliphone? Well, let's look a little deeper. According to some cursory checks on the internet, what institutions can issue Curacao gambling licenses? And I found basically 4 private license holders. Apparently, these guys are the master license holders, and they basically issue sub-licenses to all of these other companies. The one that we're looking at is Antilliphone NV, which is number 8048 Jazz. Antilliphone is the most common private licensing provider in Curacao. But based on our analysis, we've identified that they are the least involved.
Tony, 3 times say Curacao.
I do not play me like that. No.
Quickly. God damn it, Tony.
How do you? I'm gonna say it with an accent. Curacao. See, it comes out with a fucking
3 times fast. Curacao.
It sounds like an accent. It sounds like I know what I'm saying, right?
All right. I just want to add a little lip content
in the business. There is no way of contacting their team or filing a complaint form, and they will issue licenses to anyone as long as they are hosted in Curacao and they pay their license fees on time. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at. Now, to understand, there are entire businesses like eGaming Curacao that basically we solve everything for you. We take care of issuing the gaming license to help you thrive in your operation. You guys want to build an online casino in Curacao? Well, these guys are apparently some of the front runners. We solved the process of issuing your gaming license in Curacao, Malta, or the Isle of Man.
Okay, y'all can't see the video, can you? Can y'all see? You're playing a video right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, on the YouTube screen, I see we ain't playing a video yet.
No, I see the video being played.
Okay, hold on, y'all. I just need
think
to
you
fix
might
this.
have not played.
No,
might not have
no, YouTube paused for me, and it was
Yes,
showing us not playing the video. So I was just making sure we were all on the same page because clearly I was not.
That
Okay, you can
happens to
play
me
now.
sometimes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Amateur hour here.
Oh, fuck you.
Okay.
Right?
Offshore companies.
Words
Yeah,
have
we
been
take care of
said.
all stages of the company incorporation in the licensed jurisdiction. Yeah, so they handle offshore companies and gaming licenses. There's a statement on one website that holders of the master license are not allowed to issue sub-licenses. That's not true. They do have such a right. The matter is, no one regulates them, apparently. In turn, it makes no sense for them to keep an eye on the casino websites to which they issue licenses. This is how it turns out that being honest is not an obligation, but a choice. So to understand, let's go even further.
That sounds very legit for a $1 billion operation.
Okay, I decided to look into what the United States thinks about it. So this is from the U.S. Department of State, 2021 INCSR Vol.
Is his video lagging?
Money laundering. Let's go into this real quick.
No, is it a little bit slow for people or you? Oh, it might be a little bit laggy. Let me see.
Yeah, it's on the replay on the YouTube. It's. I was just making sure. God, we don't know what's going on. Everybody's giving us a curveball today.
Like the internet is messing up. It might be StreamYards a little bit. Let me see if I can make it. Maybe if I make it a little bit faster, it'll help. I don't know.
I'm sorry. 200-pager document that you can read all about AML laws, KYC, and whatnot. If you're bored already, trust me, this is my nightly reading material. This is from March 2021. So let's just do Control F and go all the way to Curacao. Okay, so Curacao overview. Curacao's prominent position as a regional financial center is declining, but it is still considered a transshipment point for drugs and gold from South America. Money laundering occurs through the use of straw money mules, private foundations, cash incentive businesses as front companies, purchases of luxury goods, real estate, licensed, unlicensed money lenders, and remitters, wire transfers, and TBML. So again, let's go down a little bit further. Vulnerabilities and money laundering methodologies. Criminal organizations may try to take advantage of the availability of US dollars, offshore banking, and incorporation systems, 2 FTCs, a large shipping container terminal, Curacao-based online gaming sites, like the casinos. Inside one of their vulnerabilities, they said Curacao is perceived to be one of the largest jurisdiction licensing online gambling. Okay, in 2019, supervision of the sector was.
Let's see if it actually. Let me try to stop sharing and you try to do it. Maybe I'll.
Yeah, give it. Yeah, because I'm trying to read. I don't know if y'all can hear me. My dumbass trying to read it, and I'm like, I can't see it, but I don't know if it's me or you.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the back chat. You play it here. You play the video, and I'll tell you the timestamp to go to.
All right.
So maybe it's like my end. Maybe we'll see if that works.
Okay.
Try it at like 9:45.
You want it the timestamp 9:45?
Yeah, 9:45.
Okay. Well, and go to theater mode. We're gonna. Okay.
Stream. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do it much, y'all, so that's why. Okay. This is it.
I heard a good argument against the existence of money laundering once, and that it's sort of nebulous.
This is it right here, right?
Yeah, try playing it.
Okay.
2019, supervision of the sector was transferred to a gaming control board. So the gaming control board is the anti-money laundering supervisor for the entire industry, right? Now, in their actual deficiencies, the USS Curacao has yet to complete a national money laundering risk assessment.
It's fixed.
The results are expected in 2021.
That's odd.
Time's a ticking, bros. I'm just saying. Okay, so Curacao's kind of got a weird, shady history regarding money laundering and drug cartels. But I'm not saying anything in that nature. The reason why I'm even mentioning this is this comes from the United States government. So if you go to Rubik, they actually follow the rules pretty well. Right now, I can connect and use my account Anal Boy with no problems. Now, as soon as I open up a terminal real quick and I type in ExpressVPN, which is the VPN service that I'm using
That's
right
so
now.
crazy.
Go to United States. I'm going to connect right there, and we're going to see what Rubik is doing right now. So if I hit refresh, Rubik will load and say Rubik isn't available in your region. Okay, so basically, if you're
this is also for Stake.com, it does the same thing.
You cannot use Rubik.
Really?
In fact, even Stake, a company that
tell me when you want me to pause. Okay,
refresh
you can pause
the
it now.
page and Stake
pause. Okay. Let's pause.
Yeah, so basically, like if I go to that website right now, let's say you typed in stake.com right now, it would start say you can't use it. You have to, if you want to use it in the United States, you have to go to stake.us. And stake.us found a loophole in the raffling laws, which basically like you have to buy a package. And usually you buy a package that's gold coins and also stake cash. And the gold coins you can't cash, and you can use it to play like stupid little casino games or whatnot they have and win more gold coins.
Yeah.
But the stake cash you can use to gamble with and win more stake cash. But then you can withdraw that stake cash and exchange it for crypto, but you can only do it for 3 times the amount you deposited. You bought the package for stake.us.
Yeah. This is crazy. I don't even know how this exists. But people always find loopholes for everything.
Yeah. So right now, if you go to stake.com, it's illegal in the United States to play it. I think it's legal in Mexico. I tried to go on Canada. I got to check out in Canada again because this guy said it was legal in Canada, but I couldn't log into Canada when I was like using my VPN for Canada. I got to try it again. But yeah, I use Mexico. So let me just one moment.
And there was that one guy who was a gambler that did move to Canada because the laws favored into what he was doing. So Canada has to have more. Yeah, so Canada must have some lax laws when it comes to gambling and stuff. They must be very relaxed.
Yeah, I'm thinking we could skip a little bit of that because basically he's going to get into the fact that the fine print says that if you use a VPN to try to illegally go into these websites, they have the right to keep your money, basically.
Okay.
Let me see. So we'll go to 1550. Actually, go to 1540. All right, try 1540. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
It all sounds illegal. Well, it's not illegal. It's a loophole.
It's a loophole.
But this is
it is illegal, but it's a loophole.
I mean, like, you want to look at something funny? Do you want to look at? I'll toss. Here.
I'm sorry. I paused. I paused his guy's face at a wrong time.
Literally, like the next video we go through, it's going to show the actual operations of this billion-dollar corporation, and it's basically a shed on the corner, like not a shed, but like a little private, like not even like a private house. It's like like one of those mall, and you never think a billion-dollar corporation was there. It's like literally like a little office, like a tiny little house office. It doesn't even make sense, but I'm going to leave that shocker here. Yeah, the loopholes. Yeah, there's a lot of loopholes these guys go through, but wow, and they are making so much money. They've made $1 billion. Well, they paid Trainwrecks for that guy who's like the main owner, the main like guy running Kick, which by the way, the reason why we're talking about Stake is Stake runs Kick.com. They paid him about $360 million for 16 months. Maybe I gotta make sure how much was Trainwreck paid for gambling. Let's see. Whenever I say that number, I feel like I said the wrong. I felt like I'm saying something wrong all the time. Yeah, he was paid $360 million. It's such an outrageous amount of money to pay someone to be someone to, plug your just constantly play casino. That I always feel like whenever I say $360 million, I just like I'm inflating it somehow. But then I Google it and it says, yeah, that really did happen. He was paid $360 million for 16 months of just playing this game and gambling. So it's a lot of money that's involved. But yeah, you can play it.
Okay, press and play.
couple casinos that you can cash in and out from. Now, let's get back a little bit from GTA Online, okay? A little bit of a derailment. So you can see a lot of these individuals winning massive pots. Trainwrecks winning $700,000 gambling live on Twitch. Now, it says, yes, it's real money. And to understand, when you win $700,000 in a fucking slot machine, you probably dumped in like $1 million, 1.5
Yeah.
million to the slot machine before you're even winning something like that. So even if you
Mhm.
win $700,000, you're probably still down a couple $100,000 because again, in gambling, the house is rigged massively against you. So again, I'm not even really looking at those guys. Here's another dude by called Roshteen, all right, who basically has the largest scale of compilations all around. If you look at this YouTube page, which is just Roshteen Office, so I guess it's just a clips channel. Roshteen, new 1.4 million win, 1.4 million win, $140,000 or pound euro win, 640,000 euro win. That's a lot of fucking. That's enough money to truly change your life. You know how old some of these are? This is like a 1 month project. All right, I'm
What?
sure that not all of these
A
took place
1
in the
month
span of a
project.
month. That would be fucking insane. But let's go look at some of these clips a little bit closer. So here he's got about 6,000 euros inside the slot Book of Shadows. Let's watch this jackpot win.
Hey! I got $1 million! I got $1 million! I got $1 million! I got $1 million! What is that, $1 million? $1 million! Oh, shit!
Holy shit, 1 fucking million on a slot machine? God damn! Wait a minute, let's see this play out. Look at how fucking high that's going. Jesus Christ. New 1.4 million euro win. Holy fucking shit, dude. It was like, I thought the last one was blowing my mind, but this is just escalating, dude. Let's watch this one.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, look at this now! Here comes the big money!
40,000? Big money?
Oh,
Holy fuck, you won $117,000? God damn, what is that, a $600 bet? What the fuck? Holy shit, this dude's raking in the fucking money. This is like the luckiest gambling streamer that I've ever fucked.
Do you think it's true?
Well, no, sarcasm is very, very lathered on there.
I press X to doubt that guy was actually winning $1 million legitimately. Still counting the e-begging, and he is up to 13. Yeah. Let me see. This is why I don't gamble. Yeah, gambling is the fastest way to lose everything you ever held, like to bankrupt yourself immediately. I don't gamble. I will never gamble. You could say stocks are gambling, but more intelligent gambling, I would say. But at least you could do research on companies and actually make intelligent choices. It's not 100% chance, but I mean, I figure my thought process on gambling is if you're willing to gamble $100, you better be prepared to lose that $100 because that's what you're basically doing. You're just doing it for the experience of possibly winning. You're doing it for the rush. You're not going to make money from gambling. You're just paying money to lose. You're just for the experience. Hi, True Texan. It says.
Hey.
It's all no matter to me. I was just going around everywhere today. As after today, I am done for a good while. Oh, I hope things are better, True Texan.
I hope things even out. I don't know what's going on, but I hope positive.
No, he's talking about someone else. No, we're not. We don't pause that much. But yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I don't think this is real. But let's continue.
Okay, press play.
Fucking scene.
Oh,
it just doesn't stop. This guy literally went from $27,000 dollars. Sorry, now it's dollars all of a sudden. And look at it. It's the same Book of Shadows shit. Dude, he went the same slot machine. Look at how much he raked in, $150,000. Of course, if you go to his actual stream over here, you can see that he's got a lot of followers and everything, and he's a casino philosopher with an incredible technique. It's what describes Roshteen.
What technique?
Welcome to a journey where you will witness extraordinary combats, great choreography, and brutal laughs. Dude, you got to talk about some crazy fucking dream level luck right here. Damn, dude. This guy is my new favorite content creator, dude. God damn. Oh wait, most people gamble for fun and enjoyment. However, some people think of gambling as a way to make money. Spend more than they
No.
can afford. Don't think of gambling as a way to make money. He's got the be gambling aware, okay? Like he's telling you not to get. This is very good. It's a nice goddamn disclaimer. It's crazy how it's immediately at the very bottom of all these goddamn offers you can win. Jesus. Look at this. Stake and Gamdom, who are VPN friendly. Oh shit, huh? VPN friendly, you say? Now, no online gambling operations are possible with the Curacao license in the first two categories or countries. So that's basically where things are banned, like China, Turkey, the United Arab Emirates. Jurisdictions will only allow licensing for online gambling operators, but do not allow them to provide services within the country. Let's look at to qualify. The Curacao license, so their license strictly forbids the following countries: Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, France, the Netherlands, Saba, Statia, Saint Martin, Singapore, the United States of America. All other countries are fair game. Man, why are you saying VPN friendly in that? I mean, why would you need it? The only reason you would ever need a fucking VPN for any of these services is if you were operating in a country where they legally couldn't allow you to get your money out.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, isn't that just kind of a fucked up way to say, yeah, come in, guys, game, put in some money, game with a VPN, and when it comes time to take out your money that you may have won, the KYC laws, if they end up finding out that you were playing from the United States, directly lying about where you were operating from, let's say you had a VPN that said you were in Canada, but you were really playing in like fucking Kentucky, where I'm sure that gambling is illegal. They may or may not have to cash you out. They may not even have to cash you out on that. Okay. That's the thing when you get to this level of weird, hazy regulations. Okay. So not only are you bringing in streamers, but you may potentially be setting them up to lose their money because they may have failed a very, very needed know your customer check, right? You understand that? How can you put VPN friendly when I went to the fucking website and it said that I couldn't operate from the country? I couldn't operate from the United States. You can't lie about your location through a VPN and then later when you're cashing out and during the KYC phase, directly misinterpret where you were gambling from. The casino, I don't think, would legally even have to pay you out. They can tell you to go fuck yourself for basically breaking the laws, rules, and regulations of gambling in the area. So now where are you getting to some real wild shit?
You can stop.
You can stop the last state.
No.
All right, we got to get to that. Oh, hi, Nonsense. How's Alec?
Hey.
Yeah, so
Hey,
I mean, like, basically, like, oh, sorry, I almost hit myself. Dropped my mic, my bad. But anyway, hello. It gets into the one thing I took away from that small little clip is it's illegal to gamble in the own country that they actually gave the license to. Curacao. I was like, what? Wait a minute, you're handing out gambling licenses to gamble other places, but you don't allow it in your own that it's useful in. That was one takeaway. Another thing is that people actually, if you go on YouTube and you actually look around like YouTube, let's say like stake.com, VPN, right? You actually will see some people still tell you how to do it, even 3 months ago. So there's still people trying to say, oh, you can use a VPN to go on stake.com when you're not supposed to. So
it's literally breaking the law in 4K.
Yeah. So think about what's the whole idea is that basically these Twitch streamers were at the time when this video was doing it, were basically saying, hey, we're playing this game, we're using a VPN while they're in the United States, because obviously if they live in the United States, the only way they would be able to play these casino games is using a VPN. So basically they're breaking the law while on Twitch. So now you wonder why. So Trainwreck, and
nobody's gotten in trouble for this?
No, what happened was eventually Twitch banned those 4 services, those gambling sites, because they're the licensure. And basically, Stake.com decided, hey, we're gonna make our own website to live stream, and it was kept.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like nobody on Stake that's in the United States doing this have not got. There's all digital proof that they're doing it,
Bro. You remember the whole CS:GO thing where like they
Yeah.
like if people don't know this, years ago, 2016, basically CS:GO had like they used to gamble skins for weapons. Okay, so there was some big money going involved. Like I'm talking about tens of thousands of dollars in gambling, maybe like per thing, like gambling slot. You're talking about millions of dollars in operations. So basically, a bunch of these live streamers would go on, like mostly like these gamer live streamers, advertising to kids to gamble, because at the time Steam allowed you to basically buy skins or like sell your skins or something. Not 100% sure, but basically you get skins and you can gamble with them, and you can get more skins if you gamble. You can still do it online now, but it's more legit, I guess, but whatever. So basically what happened was, the big problem was that you had these live streamers playing these CS:GO skin casinos. They were playing slots, and they would win like the rare skins that would be worth like $50,000 or $20,000 and stuff like that. Well, it turns out that these streamers that were live streaming this and doing this, they owned the casino that they were playing in, and they didn't tell anyone that. And basically, they eventually got caught by H3H3, who showed them that they were owners of the company. And do you know what the government did to them? Do you know what the big punishment for them for scamming their fans of millions of dollars and lying to them and defrauding people and pretending that they actually legitimately won these prizes and tricked their fans to play? $40,000 fine, and they had to tell people they own the company.
That is fucking insane. More so that H3 of all of them caught him. So fucking
Yeah, and then like for instance, FaZe Bank, like FaZe Clan group, the big fucking scammers. By the way, they're
not even around anymore, are they?
No, they have a stock. But the stock is tanking. They do the same thing.
Well, no, I mean they're not even a thing on YouTube. And do people still watch them?
Well, when you scam your audience in multiple crypto pump and dump schemes, and also run a casino, a CS:GO skin casino, and do basically the same thing, eventually people don't like you.
Well, yeah, but they targeted a lot of young audience that probably didn't even know what the fuck was going on. That was the big issue I had with that, with the CS:GO skins, because kids would steal their parents' credit cards and do stupid shit.
Yeah. I'm doing good, Texan. I'm just the usual, just like, you know how me, I get into a rant and I don't see the chat. So that's usually happens. So if I don't answer right away, that's probably it. Sometimes the rant goes a little bit too much. I'll be honest, I've never seen, checked, or looked at these gaming sites. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, they just go through like the crypto websites. The gambling websites really are a multi-billion-dollar industry. And it is going to grow. It is not going to shrink. It's not going to disappear anytime soon. I think online gambling is here to stay, and people should be aware of it. So I think that's going to be a situation. No, I was just kidding. Oh, Rock was pulling out the vet card too much. So, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that. I didn't watch Uni today. I was too busy setting up. I was on Queens earlier, and I was setting up the videos for this live as well. So, doing a little bit pre-research on the stuff. Because it is what it is.
I don't think you can see shit.
Let me see, because, there's a lot of articles. Let me see. All right, wait, what's the next part? Yeah, H3H3 used to be a great guy. All right, so let's go back to Rubik expose why you shouldn't use Rubik anymore. Yeah, I guess we could play this. Maybe this will be related to stake.com a little bit. So you could continue playing it.
Oh, continue playing. Okay. All right, and we're pressing play now.
Statement was Rubik is exposed why you shouldn't use Rubik anymore. Again, I'm not here to correlate any of these hit pieces. This seems kind of like a hit piece because this guy's like, Rubik's exposed. But hey, use my code on stake. So yeah, it's a little weird conflict, okay? But regardless, I'm not here to isolate and pick on any single one. I'm just these are the people that are the biggest in the game. So let's go look at the comments here. The description. I've been playing on Rubik for over a year now, and they just decided to deactivate my account. Not only did they deactivate my account, but they basically stole the $1,000 I had in balance, as well as all my affiliate earnings. If you do the math with the commission that I had made, I clearly made Rubik at least
probably had to do with the VPN
dollars. What? God damn. Now, everyone, just like myself, is being hit with the account lock. And I'm sad to say it, but that balance is as good as gone forever. So let's go watch this guy talk about this shit real quick.
A certain point with Rubik where they're going through and looking at everybody who's playing on Rubik using a VPN, just like Steve will do it for the past however long, and it's been working for
I don't know if that Steve will do it guy uses a VPN. That's just this guy saying it.
them. Now it's gotten to a certain point with Rubik where they're going through and looking at everybody who's used a VPN on their site before, and they're locking their balance forever. Now, when your account on Rubik gets locked, just like mine did, you literally cannot log in. You cannot withdraw anything. You cannot collect affiliate earnings. You can't do anything on Rubik anymore. They straight up steal your money. So let me hop on my computer and show you guys what the locked account looks like. All right, so
That's a pretty fucking heavy statement. A company stealing your money? Let's go look at what it says. So he's going to hit log in. And he's going to use his Steam account?
Now, when I
Okay.
go ahead and I try to log in, it's
Kinda
literally just going to give me an error that says my account is locked. And if you guys are having the same issue, I'm very sorry to tell you.
Ooh, that's fucking weird. Account is like, that hurts to see. But basically, the account's locked in this case. Now, from what I've seen, this isn't the only person with a locked account. This is a situation
You
that
can stop
seems
it.
to be a talk of the town.
So
All right,
basically,
so
they,
just went
they
into the
caught
whole
on.
Yeah, they basically caught. So let's go to the next one. This one is from Philion is a great channel too. He does like, and someone says, "Is that toilet water in the background?" I said, "Oh, fish tank."
Yeah, it's
So,
me. It's me. I'm in a constant state of peeing. It's the stress that
jeez
Tim puts
Louise.
me in. It's Tim's
I
fault,
know.
really. He scares me. He's very intimidating.
Absolutely.
He hits me. I couldn't even say
He
that with a
hits me.
straight.
Oh my god. Oh my
I couldn't
God.
even say that with a straight face.
Be Tim exposed.
Everybody right now,
Expose B.
hashtag
Tim.
save Tony. No, that's my
Save
fish
Tony.
tank. That's my fish tank in the back.
So the next one is Philion. It's actually good. He does a lot of documentary type of short form videos. He discusses a lot of various topics. It's very deep down research.
you sent it to
Definitely
me.
worth a watch. He does like, a lot of good videos actually. So
What,
I'm gonna put those there. You want to go to 1 minute and 15 seconds, and he's going to show you. And you could stop when H3H3 shows you the location of the billion-dollar corporation known as Stake.com.
I'm learning how to StreamYard, y'all. You're all watching that now. The puppets of online gambling.
Yeah,
Sure. Okay, and what's the timestamp?
1:15.
1 minute and 15
And I'll take-
seconds.
Yeah.
1:15.
I mean, listen, this is true testing. This is not a jaundice stream, okay? We don't mean to put you to sleep, okay? I'm not wallpaper here. I'm joking. But anyway, let's do 1 minute and 15 seconds. Play it, and you're gonna see what this. And we can stop it when you see the image of the house.
Oh, so you want me to pause it and see a house?
Yeah, when you see the house.
Okay, a house.
All
And you
right,
want to
play
get
it
rich
when you're ready.
quick. Like, really
Oh, I'm
quick.
playing it.
There's just one problem. Your country doesn't support your entrepreneurial spirit. So you license
I see houses. Is
No,
this
not
it?
those. Keep on going. No, that's not the house.
Jesus, Tim.
Sorry.
an online casino company in Curacao because they have a stellar reputation
Curacao.
of regulating the biggest and most trustworthy gambling websites across the globe.
Gambling companies, because it's not just. I know a lot of you guys just know like Rubrik. What is it? Is that it? Stake. Everyone knows Stake. Stake's the most popular one, and that's because Train does it and Ecstasy does it, right? They were willing to pay me $35,000 an hour, but what they wanted was I couldn't even utter the words what they wanted me to do.
Trainwreck. This is their headquarters.
Is this
Stop.
it? Pause it.
Google Maps.
Okay.
That is the headquarters of Stake.com.
There's a lot of houses in this video. You really fucked
But
with me
that
last
little
time.
house, yeah, that is the house of Stake.com. That's the business.
That-
office.
That
That's the billion-dollar corporation.
it
But
looks
also the
like one of those
corporation that owns
restaurants.
Kick.com. Yeah. Also the business location of via this is what owns Kick.com, by the way, as well, because this company owns Stake and Stake owns Kick.
It looks like a fucking restaurant you would see at Cape Cod. That's what it looks like. It does. It looks like one of those, why go to Red Lobster when you can get the authentic? That's what it looks like. Even the two. That's sad. So that's where they claim they run their business of operation.
Yes.
I
So
fucking hate
that's
people.
like that's crazy. That is crazy. $1 billion. $1 billion. This company paid a streamer $360 million, and that is their main office. Just saying.
The dark tinted window white van really does, make it look tempting, doesn't it? Like,
yeah,
that was
like
last
last place you'll ever walk into.
The chef's kiss on that.
Oh
Okay.
my god. So H3 actually exposed when he was debating Trainwreck about the legitimacy of the company, and he pulls this up and he starts throwing $100 bills on the background of the back. I think he could go a little, I think he does that a little bit, which is kind of funny. Because once in a while I would say like H3 could be funny as hell when he starts throwing he actually does it on his channel. His channel, he starts throwing $100 bills in the background while everyone's like yelling at each other and putting like $100 bill in his mouth, like while the green screen of the operation. I thought that was funny. Okay, we're gonna go to.
And where is this located?
Curacao.
Curacao. Okay.
So basically, the owners are Australian citizens, and it's illegal for their company to exist in Australia. So they went and got a Curacao license in Curacao, but they need an office. So they have an office in Curacao. So these Australian citizens have an office in Curacao, and basically they run the business from Curacao to basically.
You are saying that word too much.
Curacao.
Yeah, it got creepy. All of a sudden, I could hear. All I'm hearing is carousel now, like carousel.
It's not carousel. It's Curacao. You're gonna get me to say star of that. Yeah.
Of course. Okay.
So just think about how weird that is. So you have these Australian guys having $1 billion industry, like business, running it off of Curacao in like little office like that not only are like making money from gambling from all over the world, but also runs a streaming site called kick.com and through so that the main reason so their streamers can play the casino games on their platform so that they can advertise their casinos.
And it all takes place right here, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the office of kick.com.
This is it right here. This you see that car right there? See that white car? Not the van, but you see that white car? That's Molly's car.
Shit.
I'll take the hit on that. That's Molly right there. She just came in. She wanted to see what was up.
All right, let's play. Let's go to actually go to 3 minutes and 18 seconds and just play the streak.
3 minutes 18. Okay.
Yeah, and he really. What I love about this video, and you're going to get to it. He actually gets into the psychological analysis of gambling and how advertisers basically how they've used Drake and how it advertised the gambling to you and how it gets into your brain, which is great for Philion. And Philion's a funny guy too. He does great fucking videos. He does I saw this one series he did called the Reality TV House or something like that. And he would watch his YouTube series and just joke on them, just react and joke. So great channel to watch. Funny as hell guy. Yeah. And he does deep dive.
Is that where Gabby Hanna's from? That Reality House?
I'm not sure, but I'm not sure of actors. I honestly never watched the channel, that channel. I only watched it through him with him making fun of that because it was more entertaining watching this guy make fun of the channel than that over. So let's play it. Let's play it.
Okay, press and play now.
318. Yeah, 318. Hi, Bama.
Hello.
This is for Franch Boemweg, home to Raw Entertainment BV, which is Rubet, and Medium Rare NV, which is Steak. Raw, medium rare, steak.
Wait a minute, they're
Come on,
both?
not exactly a $1 billion operation, is it?
Wait, what'd you say? Pause it. What'd you say?
No, just keep on going. Keep on going.
Okay,
How
I
do you
didn't.
explain
Sorry, I
a
didn't hear you.
26-year-old spending 38 million Australian dollars on a house while operating a company that isn't even legal in his own country? Eddie Craven is a 26-year-old multi-millionaire who co-founded Stake.com with 28-year-old Bijan Tarani. Together they formed EasyGo Gaming based out of Melbourne, Australia. Not much is known about Bijan Tarani or how these two came together, but Craven can be seen as the face of Stake. He goes by Stake Eddie on YouTube, and you can be the judge if this is real or not.
Oh, this is tough decisions. Do we keep going or what? I don't know. I'm thinking we keep going for a bit, and I'm due for that red crazy time. There's no doubt about it. There's
The
no
guy
question
does that too?
Holy shit! Holy 20! This is get the fucking cameras out. I'm fucking recording this shit.
Oh my
this
God.
Is 28 crazy time. This is gonna be fucking crazy. This I tell you
Jesus
what,
Christ.
this is gonna be.
The acting is horrible. The
And
acting
this is the
fucking
guy that
horrible.
runs. This is the guy who owns Stake.com via owns Kick.com, guys.
I feel bad for that host that has to spin the wheel, and he's got like a little headpiece on, and they're like, "Okay, we have to stop
my
it
God.
at this," and he's
This
just
is-
looking at the camera like, "Please, just."
And
kill me.
think about the legitimacy of a guy who's going to like basically advertise his own casino and pretend that he's actually winning from his own casino. So even if he lost all his money, he owns the casino. So it's not really gambling if you own the casino. But anyway, keep on
Exactly.
playing.
Okay, press and play.
This here is gonna be fucking record making. You're about to witness history go down here. Holy fucking jajibas.
Yo, this shit goes 20x crazy time. Can I start saying that? Just steal it, you know? EasyGo Games is a startup company based out of Australia that builds the games that these casinos use. And right now, Stake is valued at over $1 billion.
Oh,
but how is
Lord.
any of this possible if Australia outlawed online casinos 20 years ago? Craven and Tarani have figured out a loophole in Australian law and have been exploiting it for years. Online casinos are prohibited in Australia so long as you don't advertise or serve anyone in Australia. If they're able to outsource the licensing and they don't explicitly advertise in Australia, then technically they're in the clear. So how did this website get so big? This is not Craven and Tarani's first rodeo. Over 8 years ago, they launched Prime Dice, and according to Craven himself, Prime Dice was the biggest Bitcoin gambling website at the time. In 2015, Craven posted on the Bitcoin.com forums under the alias Edward Miroslav. Do you consider offering gambling to be a moral issue? Is your view, if we wouldn't offer it, they would gamble on another site? Or do you think that some people may have started gambling by finding Prime Dice and maybe wouldn't have started otherwise? What percentage of Prime Dice players do you think are underage? Do you consider it an issue that players do not have to provide any personal data? Craven responds by saying, I don't consider it to be a moral issue. I view it purely as entertainment and enjoy responsible gambling myself. I definitely hit a point where I thought Prime Dice was a net negative for the community, but then I watched site after site scam users out of countless thousands of coins. Prime Dice is a safe haven for people who want to bet where the user knows the roll will not be manipulated and knows exactly what the odds are. At the end of the day, gambling is the choice of the individual. But what is truly a shame is when casinos fleece unsuspecting users who think they are getting the advertised odds. Many may disagree, but if Prime Dice and our future offerings can bring provably fair gambling and a lower edge to the masses, we will have definitely impacted this industry in a positive way. The future offerings? Stake.com. Crypto casinos have exploded in the last 3 years, and Stake sits at the top of the food chain. Using
now.
cryptocurrency instead of actual dollar amounts makes it universally available and evasive from any central government. The amount of money that we're talking about with Stake.com begins to not make sense the longer you think about it. You'll see streamers lose $800,000 in a matter of minutes and then recoup it back with $1 million jackpot moments later.
I've been sitting here for 8 days, 12 hours.
That's train wreck.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Everyone else is happy on every other machine hitting big. I've shown loyalty to you, and you just spit in my face. How can you do that to a degenerate gambling addict that's trying to give you everything just to get back more?
Dude,
That's good. $200 bet. $200 bet.
That's good. Multiple. Yes.
Oh!
That's you.
255,000. No one believes.
That's it, dude.
DX 160K.
160,000. Rook is back.
120K.
Oh my God.
720K! Yeah! Fuck the haters! Fuck the haters! Fuck the haters! Fuck the haters!
You see, gambling is oftentimes compared to other vices like tobacco and alcohol.
Yeah.
Although all of them can ruin your life, one of them has mathematical odds stacked against you. It is no secret that the house always has an edge. The game is rigged against you, yet people still voluntarily partake. Whether it be the rush of neurochemicals
Stop it.
firing off, making people
Pausing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's your feelings on that? What do you think of that? You know, and I'll ask the chat too. Like, what do you think? Do you agree that are you against gambling? Are you with responsible gambling, or do you think it's like a terrible dumb thing to do?
I think it depends on the person. It really does. Anything can be an addiction. And people who know the show and know me and who have been here, y'all know that I am a recovering addict, and I can understand being in that, you know, in that zone, like a bender. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And it can be dangerous. But on the other hand, it's gambling. Like, if you want to waste your life away going to these casinos, whether it be online or, I mean, that's your choice, but you're just damaging yourself. The one thing I don't want is it to be marketed as fun for kids. Let kids be kids.
I mean, do you think these games, like, that's the thing I was sitting here. I was like, you know, I have a feeling like these games are kind of like how they look. Like, if you actually looked at like the slots,
yeah,
like
they
the
look.
colors and everything,
it's for kids.
They look like for kids. Like,
exactly.
I feel like there are a lot of them are really geared towards a younger generation. For instance, Aiden Ross, who's a paid sponsor by Stake.com, who's also on Kick and plays the casino slots games. He asked his majority of his audience are under 18. And he's playing gambling
That's insane.
games.
See, that's insane.
Like, that's my thing. Like, I don't mind a responsible, because, like, my thought process is this. If you gamble with $100, you're going to lose $100. It's just simple as that. You're doing it for the fun of, you know, whatever the rush is. But trust and believe that money's going. Always gamble for what you can afford to lose and do it, whatever. But, like, there's all of these kids, and he's going to get into that with the brain structure. A little bit later, probably we're gonna have to skip a part.
And Jasmine is right with that too. That's the thing too. Addicts, no matter what it is, they substitute their addiction to something else. It's lesser than the original addiction, but if you have an addictive personality, that's just it. Like, I enjoy going to the store with my dad and we get scratch tickets, but we know at the end of the day it's just scratch tickets. We're gonna lose our $20 and that's it. But it was fun doing it. You get what I'm saying? Like, my best memories is me and my dad going to Cumbies and getting a couple scratch tickets, and he looks at me, he goes, "Don't tell your mother." And I was like, "Okay, we won't tell mom. Mom won't know." We would sit there and scratch the tickets, you know?
Yeah. Let me see. One moment. It's a little slow.
If you're a casual gambler like that, you go get the lotto, you go get the mass lotto or something, you just chill that's fine. But this is strictly directed to kids with the flashing lights and the hype.
And the anime. But also, I always want to point out to Kick as well. Like, I don't need to sign in to watch a gambling stream if I wanted to.
See, that's fucked up.
Like, do you think that's like an appropriate? I mean, like, that's why I feel like, you know, you should not be. You should have some sort of like you should have to sign in to watch these streams. You should have verified your age, or at least like an attempt to verify yours. And I'm not sure, like, what's the YouTube like will do. I'm not sure if YouTube should.
Isn't that the hype? But isn't that the hype to protect kids? That's all I've been hearing all this years. We have to protect kids from all this stupid shit. But look what's going on online.
And kids don't understand that, like, these people who are advertise these games, like, they're just like, it's just a show at this point. Like, you don't have a high rate to win, and they don't understand that gambling is, you're not going to make money from gambling. But unfortunately, when you're a young age, you think of like the fast way of making money. You don't think to yourself, I got to save up. Yeah, I gotta save up money. Yeah, you should. Isn't that the issue with Kick? Yeah, Kick has some regular. You know, it's still early on its infancy, but I think like the issue is that they really need mods. Like, they really need to moderate that shit a lot more.
Definitely, they do. It's way too fucking easy to
But yeah, that's just my opinion. I guess I don't gamble. I mean, I would say the only time I've actually gambled would be stocks. I consider that a form of gambling.
But you need a vast amount of knowledge to even attempt kind of stocks. You need to know what the fuck you're doing. It's not like going into a casino and pulling a lever. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. That's my thought. But let's continue the video.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Sorry, I was looking at the chat.
Throw their money away, or an addiction that slowly strangles people, it is glaringly obvious that gambling can ruin lives. And while Craven is correct in stating that gambling is an individual's choice, individuals' choices can be influenced. And when you can afford to buy influence, you begin to lose any sort of credibility. And luckily for you guys, I don't have to flee to Canada or Mexico to promote the product, which is why today's video...
Yeah. You're about to get to the sponsor, and I think it's been a year, so let me see. Let's go to the likelihood model. Go to 10 minutes and 9 seconds. The celebrity part.
Okay, the celebrity. So part 2. Did I put this link into there for y'all?
Yeah, do it again though. Drop it again. Yeah. I dropped it. You can drop it. Keep on dropping it. Okay. You guys worth sub too.
Please, all credit goes to him. We're just reacting.
Yeah.
Online or it's online. Is that what I don't know what the question is?
Yes, these are online casinos. They're all
these are all online.
Yeah.
I think I said in the last show that usually when we talk about especially around here gambling, it's one of those special occasions of we're gonna go see Keith Urban at Mohegan Sun.
Yeah,
we're gonna bring an extra $500 to go. It's a special occasion. You don't do it every day. You just do it because
let's play the video.
Don't rush me.
I'm rushing you. Let's
don't
get
rush
going.
Me. Y'all hear how he bullied me? I'm just playing.
I'm about to explain how the buying power of celebrity advertising through the elaboration likelihood model predicts the persuasive process of stakes marketing.
Oh, that's
AKA,
big words.
Their collaboration with Drake is sinister. According to ELM, people want to hold useful, accurate attitudes. An attitude is defined as an enduring way of thinking or feeling about someone or something, and it has a valence. It's either positive or negative. This theory states that 1. Messages are persuasive if they produce favorable thoughts. Odds are you are not going to be persuaded if something is very annoying. Number 2, people's abilities to process information varies. Elaboration is the extent to which someone thinks about issue-relevant information, and elaboration likelihood is the probability that high elaboration will occur. This will all start to make sense once we apply it to stakes advertising campaigns. If we take a look at Drake's collaboration with Stake.com, it's obvious that he is not going to give us the scientific objective data arguing why we should be gambling. If he did...
I'm pausing it real quick. He actually met Drake, the singer.
Yes, Drake he's actually a sponsor of Stake.com. He still is. If you go to the website, he still is.
Wow, I wouldn't think he would do something like that. I like
Drake. And he made so much. Yeah, he made a lot of money from that sponsorship.
He's a big name. That's a big name.
Yeah.
Drake is a big name. Okay.
That would be an example of high elaboration. Instead, we can see a prime example of a message source, gamble with stake, with low elaboration. The parameters that dictate a message source include expertise, trustworthiness, and attractiveness. Expertise only persuades if we know that the message source is an expert going into the message. It's safe to say that Drake is not an expert. This collaboration came out of nowhere. Trustworthiness can be measured if the message is unbiased and objective. In this case, Drake's collaboration with Stake is biased because he's being paid millions of dollars, and subjective because he promotes this company with low elaboration. The attractiveness of a messenger is more persuasive with low elaboration, meaning the more you think about the message, the less important the actual attractiveness of the source is. But remember, celebrity advertising is banking on low elaboration. You're not supposed to be sitting there critically thinking about why he's collaborating with...
by the way, you can press pause. He made Drake's son $100 million per year endorsement deal with Stake.com in 2022.
In 2022. What is track betting? Jasmina wants to know. That's a new term. Is that constant betting?
Wait, is it betting or vetting?
Let me reread what Jasmina said. Jasmina, where are you? Woo! I lost it already. Sorry, what does track betting? BETTING.
What track betting?
Yeah.
I can think of track betting, like betting on a track. Let me say. Did he say that?
Hey, Grandma. Hey, Grandma.
Yeah, I figured that you're tracking, like you're just basically like tracking bets, but I'm not sure. Did he say that during that whole thing?
I think he did. I think he said it earlier before we
I heard
do-
attitude. I was listening to Use Attitudes. Let me see.
Oh, he
Message
answered.
from-
Oh, okay. He answered. Okay. True Texan got us. It was True Texan that got
True
us.
Texan. True
Thank
Texan
you.
to save. Let me see.
Thank you.
For those who bet on ponies. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, like the tracks.
Oh, the
like
track.
betting
Yeah,
horses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay, I get it
'cause I was
now.
like, I thought he was like going deeper into the psychological analysis. I was like, did I miss something there? Because I was paying
Yeah.
attention pretty closely. It's like,
I didn't.
All
I
right.
had no idea. We ain't professional gamblers. We don't know any of that. So thank you, Texan, for letting us know what it
I
is.
still have a shirt. If I was gambling, I would have no shirt. I'd probably be in the hiding right now or something.
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
Same.
let's play it. Let's play it.
All right.
Stake. That's why Drake's attractiveness matters in this context. According to elaboration likelihood model, there are two ways that people digest information. Number one is central route processing. This is when elaboration is high and people can be seen paying attention to every little detail. Number two is peripheral route processing, where elaboration is low and you start to notice the less important things. Celebrity endorsements operate using peripheral route processing. They are banking on the fact that you'll be so enamored or distracted to actually think hard enough to scrutinize the message being delivered. Most people don't just use one route of processing or the other, but actually both interchangeably to varying degrees based on certain personality traits such as relevance. Most people can't relate to online gambling, but we've been socially conditioned to accept Drake as part of pop culture. Everybody knows Drake. This can be seen when people are fanning money and screaming in excitement whenever Drake gives them money. The other personality characteristic that dictates how you process information is one's need for cognition. Is your brain smoother than a chicken cutlet, or are you a wrinkly brain Chad? This really just depends on if you're smart or not. Are you on the edge of your seat thinking that Stake.com is cool because Drake said so? Or do you make a mini documentary about the ins and outs of mass communication and its effects on audiences as a whole? It is obvious that no solid information or arguments can convince people why you should gamble away your money online. The only thing in this advertisement is Drake's name attached to it, and he even said that he's going to give back to the people. This world is diseased. Stake.com's commercial.
Pausing it real quick. He was giving money to people in a casino.
Yes.
Okay. Do you see the hypocrisy in that? Or do you see the damage that's going? It's like a vicious cycle. You gave them money. They're probably going to use that money in the casino anyways. You're just feeding a habit. And also, Drake has more money than God. So this isn't nothing to him. I'm really disappointed.
He was paid,
I'm really disappointed.
He was paid money. So basically, like an example, people like there's two types of thinking: central, basically analyzing the details, thinking about it. That's what it is. And then you got peripheral, which is what they feed on. Basically, what these people do.
If Drake's doing it, then it must be safe.
So I'm just going to read from Google. It says, central route requires the audience to put effort into processing what is being presented to them and evaluate the message. While peripheral route processing, also known as peripheral route to persuasion, occurs when someone evaluates a message such as an advertisement on the basis of physical attractiveness, background music, or other surface level of characteristics rather than the actual content of that. So for instance, let's say like a good example is like background music. Like, let's say I put into a sad song. I'm trying to, that would probably go into it. So one is thinking, one is not. You're just like, or the attractiveness of a person, or is this person popular and stuff like that. And it really goes into like a lot. Depends on how you look at it. Also, entertainment is best. Only a person as it also is fun of it. When I go to Mohegan, I bring $50 for gambling, and that's why.
Sticky, you from B-Town? Are you?
Mohegan for gambling, and that's why you get free drinks. They want you to loosen up and play it foolishly. Damn it, Tony!
Exactly.
You gotta correct my Laurism.
Mohegan. It's Mohegan's son, right?
Yeah, it's Mohegan. It's Mohegan.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for recording that for prosperity.
She must be an East Coaster. Right. You have
Right,
to
you
walk
have to.
within a map. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Damn it, Tony, you're making me look dumb.
My dad loves my father loves to gamble, but he's a strong man. He sets a limit. He goes, I can take $500 with me and I can walk out
But-
with empty pockets, but he can walk out with only losing like he has a limit.
Yeah, and I
Connecticut,
think, like, the
yeah,
problem,
so you're right there.
And I think the problem really lies in, like, do you think like children can actually think critically when it comes to gambling when they see
They have
like
no
a celebrity?
self-control.
Yeah.
How many videos have we saw as being gamers and going on YouTube? How many videos have we saw 8-year-old boys and girls stealing their mommy's credit cards and spending it on those loot boxes from fucking what's that game called, Fortnite and shit like that? Kids have no they don't know the value of it. And
so yeah, and also like another example of the two dynamics, it's like, for instance, peripheral versus central processing, root processing, is a car advertisement emphasizes the car towing capacity is using central route to persuasion. The opposite is peripheral route, which relies on the emotional external cues rather than the facts to persuade people. This can go for anything. So when you see, like, you can actually like say to yourself, is this person presenting this to me to get an emotional response so I don't think critically? Is he like, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that can go for anything in life. And it's a good thought experiment to think to yourself a little bit in other things, because it could go for like true crime. Like you could say, is this person just going for emotional, just to get me emotional, or trying to look good or something like that? Or is he actually, or is this person actually, you know, talking about the facts and going through my you know, basically reasoning route type of deal.
I get
what
what you're
yeah.
saying.
But
right.
anyway, you can keep on playing, man. Keep on playing.
I could play. Okay.
Commercials are designed to appeal to the peripheral processing route. They are literally telling you that you're too stupid and lack the cognitive ability to read deeper. I know this because it's impossible to design a central processing route message when it comes to gambling. It is a degenerative activity proven time and time again to produce net negative results. This is precisely why celebrity advertising is Stake.com's favorite way of marketing. Stake is the master of puppets pulling the strings of their pawns across the globe. They offer a disgusting amount of money to streamers, celebrities, and organizations in order to inject their brand into pop culture. Drake, the UFC, and Twitch streamers are just the start of it. All of these people and corporations are abusing their power.
Hold on, I'm pausing it real quick. I just want to see something. Yeah, this video was made a year ago before Twitch made its initial stance on the gambling. They changed that back in like what, October, November-ish. Before 2023, so they changed that before the new year.
Yeah, so you might see Twitch, but it's a good video because it goes into the mental. And parasocial relationships are one-sided relationships where one person extends emotional energy, interest, and time, and the other party, the persona, is completely unaware of the other one of the other's existence. So this goes for like YouTubers. Like realistically, a lot of people have like these huge relationships with YouTubers. They have this feeling of connection to this YouTuber. But if you're like a YouTuber and you have like, you know, 30 million subs or 10 million subs or 1 million subs, obviously you're not going to have the same relationship. And sometimes a lot of these guys take advantage of you. They will basically sit there and just like say, hey, I use this product, and you think you're supporting him and you want to support him because you have this one-sided relationship. So
yeah, it's kind of like the whole Skillshare thing that's going on right now with that company, Skillshare. You haven't heard of it, have you?
About that.
Oh, okay.
I've heard of Skillshare. I've heard them advertised a lot. Like basically, you go there and you see videos discussing how to improve your skills in certain things like that.
You pay like $40. This is the issue with Skillshare. There's a lot of people who sponsor it and they don't really dig in deep to it, and they use it once just to make the advertisement video, the sponsor video, and you pay like $40 a month, $30-$40 a month for it, and it's just YouTube. It's like me making a video
yeah.
on how to open a can using a knife. That's all. It's just
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah. Stephanie S says, that's the relationship I still don't understand. Well, I mean, I think we all suffer a parasocial relationship in one way or another. I mean, like a good example would be people who love actors. Oh, I love actors. And then the actor goes and advertises an item, and he says, well, I might buy that item because I like that actor.
Oh,
And
God.
that's pretty much.
Current events. Example, Kid Rock is mad at fucking Bud Light. And
Yeah,
everybody's
like,
following Kid Rock of all people.
And everyone wants to please Kid Rock, and they don't realize Kid Rock doesn't give two shits about them.
They're like,
And
yeah,
he's just
this
doing it-
person makes sense.
Yeah. And it's like you put all your energy into it, and that person doesn't. I guess it's just me. I have never been that way. Oh, well, I mean,
Yeah.
but there are a lot of people that suffer parasocial relations. You'll see that a lot on YouTube. Like,
Oh, yeah,
will
you see a lot. Yeah, yeah. But there
You
are
will see it a
strong
lot.
minds out there. There are strong minds.
It's not really.
Always do the investigation for yourself, I always say.
It's not really
Don't
about
trust
strong
everything.
minds. It's really, in my opinion, I think it's just people just like, I don't know. It's a tough one. I think people get really attached to a content creator, and they just think that content creator actually cares about them, and it's not the case. Myself, it's really crazy to see.
It is crazy, yeah.
Well, you can keep on playing.
Okay, I'm gonna press play.
Social relationships that got them in their position in the first place, while insulting the intelligence of their audience, all while hiding behind weak arguments and coping mechanisms to justify their sponsorship.
Trainwreck.
This is the guy that runs Kick.com.
Trainwrecks TV, or Train, is the largest crypto casino Twitch streamer who moved to Canada to pursue his gambling sponsorship with Stake. At first, he was being paid around $1 million a month.
And that's precisely why they're paying you $1 million a month. Like, look, I think
they are
getting the bag is one thing, right? And by the way, it's not a bad thing.
Money,
I'll be right back. Give me 1
show
second.
that they are losing.
Do you want me to pause it?
Pause it.
Pause it. Okay, we pausing it real quick. He making a cup of tea. Sorry, I'm a big Kid Rock. Well, no, that's fine. That's fine. I just sometimes when there's a celebrity that says something, no matter what side of the fence you're on, I'm the kind of person going, okay, is this really worth it? Is it really worth it to be this angry? Like now people are like protesting Legos and shit, and I'm kind of like, half y'all don't even play with Legos. Like, why are you so angry at Legos? It's a toy. Like, I don't get it. I just don't. But a lot of people follow celebrities. One thing my mother said to me, she's like, I don't care, what you believe in or what you stand for, but celebrities need to, calm down a little bit. And I'm kind of like, yeah, you're right. Sometimes they do, but sometimes it's nice to see them step up and say something. Like they have a personality. Exactly. Well, I guess it's just me. I've never been that way. People just get angry. Some people just get angry for the sake of being angry, too. We all minded our businesses a little bit more. I think we'd be all right.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you scared the shit out of me.
Sorry about that. Sorry. You can keep on playing it.
You good? Okay.
Yeah.
Money on me. They pay me because if I'm going to go live, they want it to be on their site. They find it more damaging if I'm on another site versus being on theirs. Do you understand? They don't pay me because I'm bringing them money.
Yeah, a billion-dollar company that operates out of a shack in the middle of the ocean just loves to lose money. But recently he stated,
"Are you making $1 million a month mistake? I'm not making $1 million more. I'm making much more. The fuck do you mean $1 million a month?
360 million.
The fuck? That was the first month, buddy. The fuck? Do you see what I gamble with? I mix what I make and what I already have together, and I gamble raw. Now, has that been smart for me? Absolutely fucking not.
He also had an affiliate code in which he profits off his viewers gambling on stake, but it seems as if he's at the point now where he doesn't need to advertise it. Train is known for hitting absolutely insane jackpots, including $14 million and more recently a maximum jackpot of $22.5 million. And to any doubters out there, Train would tell you that he wagers more than he wins. Of course he would hit these giant jackpots. He plays slots for 16 hours a day. Do you not tune into the streams?
That's
Only
sad.
the OGs know how much he's actually putting on the line for your entertainment. There are two objective truths I'm about to tell you. Stake is making a return on investment with their sponsorship. People gamble because of Train. This is how any business works. It's simply an exchange of value. And number two, Train gets paid millions of dollars a month, regardless if he's up or down, to click spin on a slot machine. Is the money real that they're playing with? The streamers will all say yes. Are the jackpots rigged in their favor? And all the streamers will tell you no. But do you believe them? There are common deflection techniques that Train uses whenever someone is critical of his sponsorship with Stake. He's able to avoid any sort of accountability by doubling down on everything, never apologizing, and creating an us versus them dynamic in which people are just fake, jealous, or they have an agenda that they want to push. Let me explain how Train defends his gambling sponsorship through inoculation theory. In 1961, William McGuire founded inoculation theory. Contrary to other theories like cognitive dissonance or the elaboration likelihood model, inoculation theory explains how to avoid persuasion. Number one, people can defend their attitudes against counter-arguments. In this case, Train is able to defend his stance about gambling on Twitch. Number two, people can build a resistance to persuasive messaging by being inoculated or exposed to counter-arguments. Persuasion in this case refers to making Train realize that his sponsorship is either unethical, immoral, or has negative consequences for his viewers. Resisting persuasion starts with threats. Explicit threats are when you go into an argument knowing that you're going to defend your beliefs. An example of this is when he debated the morality of his content with H3H3, Hassan, and XQC, versus an implicit threat, which is when you are unaware of an impending argument. The inoculation message, or the inoculation pre-treatment, is giving someone weak counter-arguments to defend against and refutations to those arguments. Inoculation theory has two main claims. The first claim of inoculation theory is that people can be inoculated against persuasive messages. Number two, the target attitude or belief must be in place before inoculation, meaning you have to be a fan of gambling in this case before you are inoculated. Refutational preemption is providing counter-arguments and refutations at the same time to prevent later persuasion. This can be observed in the back.
Okay, sorry, I got a text message. Let me handle this real quick. My sister bugging me.
Inoculation is a social psychological communication theory that explains how attitudes or beliefs can be protected against persuasion or influence in much the same way a body can be protected against disease, for example, through pro-exposure to weakened versions of stronger future threats. For example, inoculation message designed to discourage teen cigarette smoking, e.g., 1992, might begin with a warning that peer pressure will strongly challenge their negative attitude towards smoking. Then follow this forewarning with a handful of potential counter-arguments they might face from there. What is simple theory? Inoculation theory suggests that if one sends out message with a weak counter-argument, an individual can build immunity to stronger messages and strengthen their original attitude towards an issue. It's actually a pretty interesting thought process. Stephanie says, time in my life years ago, he helped my sanity, and in this past year, he gave me 4 VIP tickets and a show. Ryan's daddy's on an independent label scene. Oh, okay, cool. Let me see. So I have 6 all times. It's like getting a vaccine. Yeah, it's like pretty much. Yeah, it actually gets into a pretty interesting thought process. It's like, it's pretty interesting. When Tony gets back, we'll continue. Let me see.
Okay, I am back. I'm sorry. What is so interesting? I do apologize.
Inoculation theory. Like
my sister says hi to you.
Oh, hi to your sister.
I think she's watching.
Oh, that's good. That's good. She's lurking. She's lurking in the chat.
Lurking. She lurks.
Let's play it some more. Let's play this more.
Okay, pressing play.
Back and forth of any of these gambling debates. There are two types of refutational messages in this instance, refutational same and refutational different. An example of a refutational same message when it comes to train wrecks is accusing him of promoting gambling to kids. He then responds by saying, my audience is not kids and I don't promote gambling at all.
I'm not a child-friendly streamer, right? Like, I'm not brand friendly. I'm not child friendly, right? I don't have that audience, nor is my personality for that audience. I just have an issue with the promoting gambling thing. I mean, I guess you could argue, regardless, me just playing it passively could promote it to a certain degree. But I think as long as I'm saying what I'm saying, showing the reality of it, like, I don't know.
A refutational different message is when you change the argument to something similar. In this case, Train will say that he's for entertainment purposes only, and he has streamer capital to gamble.
Do not get it twisted. Do not gamble. Do not start. Gambling is entertainment and entertainment only. You won't break even. You won't win. You won't do any of that. Do you understand? You will only go into debt and ruin your fucking life. I do this because I fucking love it. I do it all the time. It's entertainment for people who can afford it. And that's it.
He even goes as far as to put a warning label on his streams, which is the equivalent of smoking causes cancer, which is funny because you'll never meet somebody who smokes and actually cares that it causes cancer. I'm only relating these things to smoking or say drinking because these are the arguments that are thrown out into this sphere. Train is able to resist changing his attitudes and beliefs about gambling because he has been so many arguments with refutations to his beliefs that he is inoculated to change.
Stop it.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on that?
About the whole gambling, and he's basically putting a warning label type thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and it's like, what do you think? Like, he's like, oh, it's only for people that can afford it. This will ruin.
It is. I feel like.
But do you think it's like genuine when he says that? When he,
I do think I think it's a lucid moment. I do. I really, honestly do think it's genuine, lucid moment. It's just he's not having enough of them. That's addiction.
Hi, Lisa.
When you're addicted to something, you get lucid and you go, "This is fucked up. I need to change."
I mean,
that's how it happens.
Yeah, but who in his audience can afford to play millions of dollars?
None of them.
None of them. So it's like, he's saying this is entertainment for me, but I'm going to live stream it. If it was entertainment for you, then why would you live stream it unless you're getting paid to advertise it?
Well, see, that's the thing. He's getting paid, and he's getting paid a lot by the company who knows that they're like, oh, we're going to give him, like, just say, I'm just giving a fake number. I'm going to give him $3 million, and that's how much I'm going to pay him every month. He's going to get $3 million. But the company is laughing and sitting back going, yeah, $2 million of that $3 million is going to be ours again.
Yeah, and let's be real. Steph, yeah, for 16 hours a day, that is crazy.
That is insane.
How am I going to trust a company?
Hey, Lisa.
That is basically in a shack somewhere in the middle of the sea that is looking for loopholes, that they won't just change a little bit of a number in the background and make sure that this guy is not down too much or is actually up in his winnings a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like there's no regulation. And who am I going to call up when I say, well, I feel like so-and-so website fucked me over? No one. So, I mean, like, that's pretty sketchy to me. I just don't like it. I think you're probably like, that's why I'm like, at least a casino has some kind of, has a regulation, has a place.
See, I'm thinking about this and I'm going, if people want to go online and they want to gamble and they want to stream it, then maybe the platform needs to take responsibility and make it that, if you make an account there and, mod it a bit and make it so that you have to be 18 or older or whatever the legal age of gambling is. I think it's 18. In the US and stuff, you have to put in your driver's license. Facebook asks you for an identity all the time if they think it's the same thing. And and if you're of the age and everything looks good, okay, you can have an account. Just stop fucking marketing it to kids.
Yeah, I just don't think it's. I don't actually believe he's actually gambling any of his own money. It's all 16 hours of long advertisement. That's the problem, Sticky. You just don't know. I don't know. I can't say otherwise if he's actually doing it himself or not. We don't know. I mean, because the reason why I say this, I remember I was watching the whole CSGO gambling situation. Remember the story I told you earlier? And randomly the person would lose all their money, but somehow magically they would get an extra 10K in their account magically just appear out of thin air. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the back end, they can add money or subtract money from your account if they wanted to. It's all
It's
numbers
really
in that
sad. You're actually seeing on live for those 16 hours, you're actually seeing an addict getting paid to do what is hindering him. That's basically like saying, let me put the camera on and I'm going to show you somebody who's addicted to heroin. And every couple hours, I'm going to give him, some heroin.
Wow,
that's basically it. That's basically what we're watching right now. I mean, I know it's dark, but it's the same. Addiction is addiction. And it can always come out bad.
You're right on. Like, imagine if we did that. Imagine if we're like, okay, here's some heroin, and we're going to pay you to advertise our heroin brand, and we're going to pay you just like $1,000 a day so you can just fucking do heroin on a live stream.
Exactly. And that's okay, though, because we'll take care of you throughout the whole entire 24 hours. Once you start getting itchy and your teeth start grinding and shit like that, it's okay. We'll give you some more. We just need you to do it on live.
Or better yet, maybe he's not even injecting heroin in, and he's just pretending that he's injecting heroin and then selling it to the audience.
That's basically what it is. It does sound dark.
It could be that too.
Addiction is dark no matter what it is. It can be food, it can be gambling, it could be cocaine, it could be drinking, it could be playing video games. It's dark. It always gets dark. At some point in your life, your addiction is you're going to sit back and go, oh, did I just do that? Or did I just waste all that time? Or you're going to be out on the street and you're going to go, I really just made a $1 million bet on one machine and I just lost it all. There's always going to be a downfall to it, but they keep on feeding this guy Trainwreck, and he's never, he's a toy. He is the puppet.
Yeah, but you can, let's just play it. Let's gotta go to the useful idiots.
Okay.
And Aiden Ross is a useless idiot for sure. Useful idiot.
Aiden Ross is the perfect useful idiot for a $1 billion crypto casino. Ever since he blew up on Twitch by pretending to be gay in front of rappers, he acts oblivious and stupid, always making himself the target of a joke. He is unapologetically dumb, as if self-awareness can excuse ripping off your own fans.
Chat, by the way, that MILF token shit I did a while back, I already told you guys, don't buy that shit. I got paid a bag to do that shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. I hope none of you guys actually bought it.
First, he was FaZe Banks' puppet with Rubik and Wizza, securing millions of dollars, flying down to Mexico to skirt gambling laws in the US, and now he is sponsored by Stake. When one casino gets exposed, it's on to the next. And when there's a bag to be secured, it's apparent that Aiden Ross will say yes to anything. He has solace in that his fans will have his back so long as he makes himself seem too naive to understand the consequences of his actions. Aiden Ross has a history of leaking his Discord messages, revealing how much he gets paid to promote gambling to his fans. Imagine living in a world where $1 million deals are being discussed in a Discord server. That is the dystopia that we're living in. He even argued for more money because other shady crypto casinos were paying him top dollar. These crypto casinos have that much money because of their structure. Similar to Train, Aiden Ross moved to Canada to pursue his gambling sponsorship with Stake. And right now, Aiden Ross is making anywhere from $600,000 to over $1 million a week for gambling on stake.com. This is one of his crypto wallets, and as you can see, constant streams of 300 Ethereum are being deposited for a 3-month block.
Okay, all right, I get what you're saying, but the Phil's thing is what I was like, all right, the Phil's thing is what's wrong, I get that. But if it's raw balance, it's my money and I get it, I'm being paid to do it. It's still, it's not fake gambling anymore at that point. You get what I'm saying?
No, I don't get what you're saying. Like I get it. I get what you're trying to say. I still don't agree with it. It doesn't matter. You're like, oh man, I'm just like losing my own money. Who cares? It's like, okay. You're still.
I know what you're saying. Either way, I think if you gamble, you're gonna lose, and I make that very clear, and everyone knows that. But
look, the only thing that is gonna make you stop, I know for a fact, is when Stake is like, all right, we're no longer paying these motherfuckers. And then you're still going to gamble probably, but not as much as you do. And you're not going to move to Toronto for it.
True.
Aiden Ross just admitted that he would not be gambling as much if Stake pulled their sponsorship with him, because then he wouldn't have the cushion to fall back on. Meaning, if this was his actual own money, he would be more cautious with it. He would not be gambling. This makes any sort of losses that these streamers rant about and cry about meaningless. These streamers are not living in squalor, making ramen for dinner because their gambling addiction got the best of them. One look at any of the sponsored streamers' lifestyles, and you'd see that they are balling out while capitalizing off their audience. The dark reality is, Stake is getting an exponential return on investment with their money. The streamers are making millions of dollars, and the entire cycle is fueled by the minority who fall victim to gambling. While the internet discusses the moral and ethics of gambling for the entertainment of others, no one is talking about the hypodermic needle effect of Stake.com. This debunked linear method of communication assumes that the audience is a passive consumer, being spoon-fed information, unable to form their own thoughts, opinions, and beliefs. Obviously, we know that audiences are active, and they should actively challenge any sort of information that they consume. In the Orwellian world that we're headed towards, Stake.com has enough money to buy influence, and we're just forced to accept it as the status quo. Twitch streamers, the UFC, soccer teams, and Drake are just the first pawns in a long game of chess. Stake will expand into all aspects of gambling, and it won't be before long you start seeing a global presence. The celebrities and corporations that endorse Stake.com or other crypto casinos are signing on the dotted line for a bag. Period. They're not experts, they're not trustworthy, and it's an insult to everyone's intelligence that this level of buying power is being used to lure people into gambling. The normalization of Stake into mainstream culture is dystopian at its core. They are targeting the largest celebrities on the planet, painting them as proverbial Robin Hoods giving back to the poor, abusing parasocial relationships via streamers to capitalize on an addiction, jumping through legal loopholes to operate in Australia and licensing your company to a shack in the middle of the ocean. And who knows what they're pulling behind the scenes.
You can stop it. What a great video. What a great
It was
video.
well made. Gambling is no joke. I ever look around those casinos. First time I went there, I saw a lady won a jackpot while waiting for a worker. She started playing the next slot machine over, opening my eyes. Exactly. It's crazy. I just think the whole thing is, stupid. It's an addiction, and an addiction should not be praised. Period.
Yeah, and now they're kicked from Twitch and they have Kick. So this is like the company that is funding Kick. They got Aiden Ross. He's actually signed up to Kick. What do you think? You think it's a little odd that Aiden Ross, the main fucking main gambler being paid by Stake.com, is moved over to Kick.com to sign up to do his gambling streams there. And he's like, basically, he feeds. It's just fucking disgusting to me, actually.
How fun is that, though?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. So let's go to the thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie.
Another thing I like to get into is the lawsuits. Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly, Sticky. That's the thing. Like, how fun is that? Do you guys want me to put my camera on and just watch me relapse?
No,
it's sad.
Please.
But no.
Yeah.
I'm doing an example. It's sad. Don't do that. We shouldn't be encouraging it.
So I'm reading an article from Stake.com. This is from DL News, and it says Stake.com deadline nears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could. You know what? I can probably. Oh man.
Yeah, you share. Let me stop it.
Oh,
You stop.
Sure. Maybe maybe I'll stop getting like fucking 20 FPS or something. I don't know what the hell's going on with my internet. I don't know.
Oh,
so
when this is over, just restart the modem. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. So anyway, this is from DL News.
Right.
Okay, from February 6, 2023. It says Stake.com deadline nears, billionaire founder sued by ex-partner over marketing of the world's biggest crypto concern. Celebrity party is hosted. Okay, it just talks about the lifestyle. Okay, let me see. Okay. Edward Craven and Baijin Taharani are the founders of Stake.com. They and the gaming site CEO Miladin Vukovic, man, I am really bad with names, have been named as defendants in the loss. Say that again?
Vochika. It's like a when you see a CK, it's I think it's Russian. I think it's a
Yes, it is Russian, obviously. That's probably why I'm butchering it. Have been named as defendants in a lawsuit filed by the founder's former business partner, Christopher Freeman, in New York court. This week, the deadline for them to respond to the allegation runs out. Freeman initially sued the three for around $400 million last summer, alleging that they had cut him out of profits from two businesses, Stake and another gambling site called Prime Dice, which we saw earlier was their first business that they did, I think in 2013 or something like that. Freeman claimed both were his idea and his work helped build them. In January, Freeman added to his complaint with broader allegations saying that the Stake uses a confusing corporate structure to dodge regulation and that its marketing was targeting consumers in places where gambling is illegal. Agreed. Freeman alleges that the gamblers in prohibited jurisdictions use virtual private networks, which is VPNs. And if you don't know what a VPN is, I recommend everyone get a VPN. By the way,
you can watch our doxing video for more information.
Basically, you put on your VPN, and you can it kind of shrouds your area location. You could set it to another location like Mexico. So let's say you're in New York, you can set it to Mexico, and then you can visit sites that, and they think that you're in Mexico. It also allows you to visit sites that it's illegal in the U.S. to visit. So, like people in China use VPNs when they want to watch American Netflix or something, or watch American shows because it bypasses the Chinese Great Wall type of deal. When it comes to the internet. So that's usually what a VPN is. So anyway, to skirt geo-blocking in their country, he claimed that not only is Stake aware of this, but that Craven and Tahrani have actively encouraged the practice, which is true. I've seen it in a lot of websites earlier on this year, like a year ago. Quote, not only is Stake.com availing itself to make markets in the U.S. and New York, but it's in efforts to penetrate those markets. It is apparently unconcerned with taunting regulators who want to prevent illegal online gambling in the United States, quote, end quote. The update complaint said. In email response to the DL News, Craven said the complaints against Stake and its founder are entirely without merit and that the three defendants do not expect the case to go further. Much at stake. Interesting. That's a good title. Stake has been very profitable and is conservatively valued at $1 billion. The court filing said the crypto casino user can bet using Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and Litecoin in transactions as well as other digital assets. Craven at 27 is one of Australia's youngest billionaires. He owns one of the country's most expensive properties, a mansion, the plush Melbourne suburb of Turok. Is that like a Turok? What would you say? How would you read that?
Turok, I think.
Turok. See. U.S.-born Tahrani and Australian Craven told the Weekend magazine of Australian how they met as youngsters through online gaming. Like many gamers in the mid-2000s, they spent hours every week in the online role-playing game RuneScape. Yeah, a lot of people play that. I never played RuneScape.
I haven't either, but I've seen people really go balls out on it.
RuneScape is still around, by the way. It's been around for like 23 years. People still play it.
It's on Steam now.
Yeah.
They have like a RuneScape new updated one.
Yeah, RuneScape is often credited as a kind of crucible for Web3 talent. Tahrani and Craven told the Australian how they not only sold the game's in-game currency for real money, but also operated a kind of casino within the game's world. Yeah, a lot of people really got into that game. They made like little online businesses in that game. Really interesting if you ever want to look at the real detailed history of RuneScape. It is interesting to watch. In 2011, the game developers banned them, but not before they had both made about $100,000 each, which Craven told the magazine was enough to help his parents buy a coffee shop business. The experience also taught the duo the skills needed to build and launch the gambling site Prime Dice in 2013, according to the article. In his complaint, Freeman told a different story. Freeman said that he and Tahrani met as kids as they grew up in Connecticut and went to the same schools. He also claimed that Prime Dice was his brainchild as a freshman in college. He had wanted to develop something that could rival Satoshi Dice. Satoshi Dice. What is Satoshi Dice?
I
A
don't know.
simple
That's new.
Bitcoin-based game, and he suggested to Harani in around 2011 that they partner on a project. Harani agreed and then brought on Craven as a third partner without consulting Freeman. This was typical of the kind of bullying he'd taken from Harani since they were kids, Freeman said in the court filing. Freeman alleges that Craven and Tarani worked together to minimize his share in Prime Dice. Familiar story that happened with Facebook too, with a lot of people with the founding of that one in Prime Dice, and then later to cut him off from its profits. The former business partners said that they had muscled him out despite him having contributed more work and expertise than Craven, who Freeman claimed lacked the technical skills to code the site. However, Freeman didn't stop there. He also claimed that Stake.com too was his idea first and that it partially leveraged his intellectual property. He accused the other two of lying to him, and sure he was never part of the business. Stake.com also includes a game that directly competes with Prime Dice, the complaint added. Craven told DL News that while Freeman, quote, had a degree of involvement in Prime Dice, end quote, he rejected the notion that Freeman had any involvement in Stake. Stake was founded by myself, Tahrani, in 2017 to provide players with the best possible online experience. Usual bullshit. Let's see broader allegations. Stake is a domain through which players, but okay, we know that. Stake gambling licenses is issued in Curacao, and the company has associated titles in Siberia, Cyprus, Australia, and the Isles of Wight. A major aspect of Stake's marketing is flashy celebrity athletes. We know that. Some of the association interests. I'm just trying to look for a part that might be interesting. Drake regularly live streamed gambling on Stake. An article in the Gaming Trade Press reported that he had bet north of $1 billion in the first 6 months of his relationship with the casino. Drake, bro, you holy fuck, man. Freeman, well,
hey, Sleep Mom. Hey, Burden.
Hey, Sleep Mom. $1 billion. That's crazy, bro. These people got like too much money, I have to say. Like when you're betting $1 billion in a year, bro, you got too much money.
I'm telling you, I don't understand. I don't get.
Yeah, so basically, it's there. He's being sued by his partner, much like Facebook.
Grandma, yeah, that's what I thought of too with Austin Powers, Dr.
$1 billion. Da, 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 da. Let me see. Would we get in trouble if we played that clip on here? I don't think we would.
Most likely, it's in Austin.
Oh.
It's Warner. I think it's Warner. Yeah.
Damn it, Warner Brothers. The movie's been. When was Austin Powers out? Austin Powers.
Oh, that was years ago.
Yeah, I can't believe you can't even play Powers. $1 billion. Let me see if I can say it right. One moment. $1 billion. Okay, I tried. It's not whatever. But anyway, pretty interesting. What do you thought so far about this? Like, what do you think? Last thoughts kind of thing.
Last thoughts. I think. See, it's a double edge. I think if you've grown and you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. That's the thing. I just wish that they didn't appeal it so much for kids, and I wish it wasn't so easy access. That's what I'm about, because you're introducing addiction at such a young age when most people do get addicted when they're young. Aren't we supposed to be stopping this? It's just insane. If there's a grown-ass man and he wants to spend $1 billion a year gambling, okay, you've grown. That's fine. But why does it have to attract kids? Why are you making this so easily accessible for kids to go on there. That's my big problem.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked. Let me see. I'm just trying to see what was the. Let me see. I mean, like the problem with me is that these like, you know, they sit here and they say, "Well, we're just like Stake.com is sketchy as fuck." By the way, I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah.
It's sketchy as fuck. You know, Kick.com is also sketchy as fuck because they're owned by Stake.com. So I don't want nothing to do with both of them. I don't give a fuck. You're not going to convince me otherwise. Basically, a streaming site owned by a crypto gambling site that's going through loopholes and basically paying celebrities to like advertise their crypto gambling sites, and then going through raffle laws. Hell, the fuck no. That's first off. Second off, I just think it's very I don't like the fact that these celebrities basically come up here and they say, well, I'm betting my own money, and they're getting paid millions and millions of dollars to constantly gamble all day. And how you put it, it's pretty good. Like you're literally paying a heroin addict to live stream doing heroin and saying, well, he's using his own supply, so it's not so bad.
It makes no sense.
Okay. And then you don't even trust if it's actually with these casinos, you don't even trust if they're actually gambling with their own money. It could be just them just adding numbers to it or adding odds or, saying, well, this guy's lost $700,000. Let's make sure he wins $1 million so he breaks even. So it looks good on the stream. We get the clip of him winning $1 million and we can post it all over the place. You know what I mean? It's just so fucked.
It's horrible.
The whole thing is fucked. So yeah, I mean, that's what I think. All these new sites, how long it took me to figure out Twitter. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, I was informed I will no longer have a job start. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sorry about that, Catstone.
But that's my final thought. I don't think that these people, cigarette companies, alcohol companies, all these companies, they do not make it so it markets to kids. They don't. They really don't. But why gambling? They introduce it so young too. It's not just this. It's also the, when they had the CS:GO thing and stuff like that. They even do it on Call of Duty games. You can spend 20 tokens and get a loot crate, but that loot crate might not have what you want in it, so you keep on spending this. It adds up.
Yeah, and also Headstone. I mean, I think things you'll be all right. You're a very smart person. I mean, like 2 languages. I think you're that's better than me. I failed Spanish badly, very badly. I think I got a pity pass, to be honest with you, with Spanish. But yeah, you speak 2 languages, you're smart, you'll find another job pretty quickly. And I think sometimes you can find a new one. But
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
You'll get through this, Headstone. I'm sure of it.
Don't think of this as like an end. Think of this as, oh, you can do something new.
In the bushes. Yeah, don't worry.
In bushes. I am sorry though. By Spanish or need Google help. You're savvy though. You'll figure it out. I know that. We know B10. We have heard you reading the super chat.
Yeah, that was not a very good showing of my Spanish abilities at all.
Are you butchering my language, man?
It was pretty bad. I told people I was not good at Spanish, so everyone decided to send super chats all in Spanish. And it was 20 minutes of me badly reading the Spanish language. It was not a good Spanish language to read in.
Oh, I wish I was there.
Yeah,
somebody. If Jones is in here, so make a clip of it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Oh, no way. I don't even know what you said. Beat him. Esta muy mal? What the hell is that word?
I can't even see it. Where is it? I'm looking at the other chat. That's why.
Yeah, you gotta look at the regular chat. Esta muy mal? What's that? What's that word?
Is that even esto muy mal?
Yeah.
Mala mía. Mala mía.
What's that word?
It's in my
What does
bag
it
because
mean?
I can't even read it. That's why I said mala mía. I did.
Oh my god.
It's for
Well, I'm gonna
sure
have to
worth
go to-
watching. It's Why did you go to Google Translate and try to help yourself? I tell you, use the
I
translate
did
section.
actually, and it
You
did
did?
not go well.
It didn't. So I'm
Did
so
not go
sorry
well.
if you like this. Headstone,
It's
I'm
very
really
bad.
sorry.
B10 is very bad. Okay, I didn't know that. It's really bad. Yes, I get it now. It took me a moment.
You Googled it, didn't you?
Yes, I did. That is, I am not lying about that. I absolutely Googled it. But anyway, I mean, like, that's my thoughts. That's at least this is like, I guess this would be considered part 2 of Kick. So this is why I really don't like Kick. I don't like Stake. I'm kind of like iffy on them. I feel like it's just a brand, just to advertise their crypto gambling scheme. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't give a fuck.
No.
And it's as simple as that.
I'm gonna stick to my dollar scratch tickets and have fun and know my limit.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. No, I do not support this. It's too.
Well, you'll see Headstone. I mean, like, I think like it depends on like what style you want to do for your channel, but I think you have a good style for your channel. You do pretty well, Headstone.
Let us know because we can. I mean, we have a little channel too, but we'll promote anything
go
to
there.
help
I
out another
subscribe.
channel. Good.
I watched her. She did pretty well. She had like a good stream. She had like 120 people watching live.
Yeah.
She was talking about betting.
Everybody.
She's actually, she does pretty good like very, very like breakdown of it when she does that. She really does well.
Everybody here who's not subscribed, go subscribe to Headstones and Headlines.
Let me see. Well, she does clips too. Like she does bull and betting clips and stuff like that. So let me just one moment.
I have no idea what's going on in that universe lately. I thought it was
Maybe
quiet,
that's a good thing.
but I could be wrong.
Maybe that's a good thing, Tony. Maybe that's a good thing. But
Is it
anyway, that's
bad?
pretty much it. It's bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much it, guys. You have a good one.
Yeah, y'all have a good one, and y'all keep safe out there. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Anything else you want to say? Are we good?
No, I'm good. I was gonna say something in Spanish, but I realized I couldn't say a word in Spanish. So
You talked
I
yourself
just
out of
died.
it.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. Y'all keep safe.